Okay, I think it has us both in there now. And we should be live. I am streaming to Chasing Ghosts on YouTube and on Rumble. And I'm having some problems with our bike, especially if you saw my videos last week. I had to charge the battery up. I got it running and I took it for a test ride, got the battery charged up pretty good, but I had a check engine light on there. And what I need to do now is I need to pull up the code, figure out what it is, and it's probably got something to do with the battery being low and trying to start it. That's what be easy to clear, but when we find it, we are going to try to clear it. I do have a guest on the chat today, and I'm having some problems with my signal. So hopefully that and if it's too much on the other end, if someone's watching out there, let me know. And just leave a comment in the chat. And I don't know if anyone's watching because there's several other live streams going on right now. And they're probably on them. So they're probably going to catch it on the repeat. But anyways, to pull the codes up on this bike, what do I do?
Okay, first you want to do is your trip reset button. I want you to hold that on, hold that down, and then turn your bike on, and it'll flash diag right on your odometer.
Okay. I believe what he said was hold the button over here on the left down.
Mm-hmm.
So one is a circle. When I push it down, my odometer comes up, says the miles on it.
Right.
And then I turn the bike on.
Yep.
Now it says diag.
Okay, let it go. And then click it once.
Okay, let it go.
And does it
Push
say
it again?
ECM? Just click it once. It should say ECM.
Okay, it says ECM and it has a Y.
Okay, click and hold it in. Then let it go.
Okay, that's P16. I did. That's P1608H.
Okay. So click and hold it again. It'll ask you to clear. Just click it fast again. So click and hold it till you see the word clear, and just let it go and click it.
Taking a picture.
No worries.
It says clear.
Let it go, and then
now click it. Okay.
Yep.
Now it says PN001833-01. It scrolled across.
Oh, yep, that's fine. Click it again.
ECMN.
Okay. Click it again.
BCMN.
Okay. Turn the bike off.
Or no.
Yep. Okay. Turn the bike off. You can let that go.
Speedo, no.
Okay.
What are you saying?
You could turn your bike off now.
Turn it on, like start it?
No, turn it off. Power off the bike.
You're kind of breaking up over there. Were you telling me to start it?
No. Power off the bike.
I can't understand what you're saying.
Power
off the bike. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Let everything shut down.
Okay.
All right. Now start the bike and see if you have your check engine light.
Now turn it back on.
Yep.
have a code.
What's your code?
Oil light on.
All right, start it. Start the bike.
It has oil. Start the bike. Okay, let's not get loud. I'm in neutral.
Do you still have a check engine light?
And the code went off.
Good. Okay, that code, you ready? Was because your battery went dead and loss
I'm
of
going to take
power.
us both out of the chat, and I'm going to put it if that helps.
Okay.
So hold on. Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, it's breaking up pretty good.
Yep.
I can't hear you too well, but I was able to understand enough of what to do. We cleared them. I started the bike up, and the check engine light didn't actually go off until I started the bike up.
That's normal.
The check engine light went off. So I no longer have a check engine light.
That's good. Do you want to know what that code means?
Do what?
You want to know what the meaning of that code is?
You are roboting so bad. I'm wondering, hey, can you hop out and then hop back in with that same link that I sent you and see if it
Yep.
does better?
I could do that.
Let's try that. The main thing is I don't have a code. He helped me clear my code, and that is awesome. And I know how to do that next time, and I don't have to ride my bike to Harley to have them do it.
Can you
Okay,
hear
we're
me?
going to see if that's better. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, that code is loss of voltage and signal to the ECM from battery. So that code was tripped when your battery voltage went below 11.8 volts.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured, was it had something to do with the battery voltage being down and or the battery voltage being too low and trying to start it. Maybe,
Yep.
the draw on something else.
Yep.
But it had
When
something to do with low battery voltage.
Yep. When you try to start it with low battery voltage, not enough voltage was going to your ECM to boot it up properly, and that's why it tripped the code. So after you charge the battery, there's enough juice to start it, and the code stays because it's not a historical code. Was a current condition code, even though it was self-corrected.
Mhm.
It still
Mhm.
remains in memory. It's not completely clairvoyant enough to clear its own code. You have to go in, see what the code is, and then clear it.
Okay. I like the self-healing stuff better, where it
Yeah,
just clears
don't we
itself.
all? Don't we all? I just had that on my Mercedes, and it was actually they had to replace 2 turbochargers under warranty.
Yeah, I was having DEF issues with my truck, I'm having two problems. One of them, I know my boss isn't going to fix right. I told him what's wrong with it. We've got new trucks. Two of them have the same problem. And the airbags will go flat, so you lose your suspension.
Yep.
And it's only got like 100 pounds of air pressure. And I asked him, when's the last time that the filters on the air dryer have been changed? He said, I don't know. And I just went and I pulled the tank, and I was getting some water out. Not too much water. On an old truck, it would have kind of been normal. But a new truck, it shouldn't get that much out. And what I figure it is when that filter plugs up, it blows by, and you start getting all that gunk. And the air governor on this one's on the air dryer, and plus you got the purge valve. I'm not hearing the purge valve go off. I'm not seeing it in my needles or anything. So it's sitting there around 100. It's not purging the water out of the system. And so the air governor is not working correctly. He needs to just replace the whole thing. You know, him and this guy he calls his mechanic. He's a good yard helper. He's actually an awesome guy, but he's not a mechanic. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with them. And my guess is he's going to put a filter on it off tomorrow. And I'm going to have the same problem.
Yep.
Because, all that stuff's already in the governor and everything. Just put another governor on it or replace the whole thing. And the other problem was the DEF system. It wouldn't regen. Well, it won't regen if you have a code in there anywhere. And I know how to pull the fuses and everything and bypass it and not have a speedometer, but you can roll until that code clears itself. Then the code clears itself and it wants to regen. So then you pop the fuses back in there and you get the thing up to freeway speeds and you let it regen going down the road. So
cool.
That's like what everything. I actually went to school to be a mechanic. I went to vocational school in 1994 for diesel mechanics.
Oh, cool. Right on.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with working on things. I worked on all my trucks. I've owned 5 of them. When I first got my CDL, it was to drive a service truck that I would park under like big link belt and Hitachi and all that stuff, excavators and drag lines. And you eventually get tired of being covered head to toe in hydraulic oil.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for the hair, but other than that,
Yeah, no conditioner required.
Yeah, none required.
Look, I can relate.
Right. And then, you're washing your hands off in solvent or gasoline and then washing them off, and you never can quite get everything out. And you just cover in that stuff all day.
Yep.
And I ended up just buying my own trucks and doing my own thing. And of course, when I went to school to work on them, they didn't really have computers on them. The 60 series had kind of a half-assed computer on it. And the E-model Cat was coming out, and it had a half-assed computer on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like a full, thing. You got a cam sensor, you don't have a crank sensor. You can plug in the new ELDs, but it won't work on the E-model Cat because you don't have a crank sensor, and half the people don't know how to time the damn thing or to set the sensor on the cam gear. And if you have the original, do not get rid of it. Save it, because the ones that they replace it with are crap. It's always just a little bit off. So do whatever you can to save that one. But I do get paid by my boss to work on the trucks when I'm on the road. That's one of the reasons he sends me over the road to do all these things. Is if something happens, I can get the truck back to him or I can fix it.
Yep.
And that's a lot cheaper than getting drugged through the coals at some shop in BFE, wherever it is. And there are drivers who won't even change a light. They don't do anything, And I'm like, I'm not sitting out here for an extra day waiting to get into a shop to do something simple that I can fix in about 5 minutes, get the truck home, and I can ride my bike.
Yeah.
So there's no need being stuck out there. Can you hear me okay, or am I breaking up on your end?
Right now you're okay, but before you were breaking up a little bit.
Breaking up a little bit.
But you're better now.
Okay. It's better now. Okay. I might have to check where the router is and what have you. The cats may have messed with it or something. It's in my son's old room because he did all the gaming and everything. I might have to check something with that. I don't know. Or have him come over and look at all this stuff. Because I'm better with the motor torn apart in the floor and um, that sort of thing. You know, I've pulled motors out of my pickup in the front yard, you know, just push it under a tree, pull the motor out, set it in the bed, and rebuild the motor and go to work the next day.
Oh, right on.
I'm better at that than I am with computers and stuff. But I grew up on a farm, you know, in the wintertime, you're working on tractors and stuff. And I used to be the smallest one. So my dad would come home, well, my stepfather, I'd get sent under the truck with a grease gun, you know, and I'd have to find all the grease zerks, and
All the Zerk
it's
fittings.
just what you grew up doing. Huh?
All the Zerk fittings. All the fun stuff. Love playing with grease fittings. Not really.
Yeah. And Vanessa Kitty, hello, how are you? So we got one person watching.
Hello, how are you?
Vanessa, on your end. Yeah, on your end, how bad is it breaking up? I don't know what's wrong with the signal, but he helped me get the code off my bike. So that is awesome. You still, yeah, this thing's going off and on, off and on.
What's that?
See if moving. That may have actually helped. We'll see if it freezes again.
Here's hopes it doesn't.
No. Yeah, it's still doing it. But anyways, this thing's going to keep breaking up and everything like that. And thank you for coming on and helping me out going
No problem.
through this.
I apologize. I said I was going to do a video for you. And honestly, I was just so busy at work and so tired. And with everything else going on, I just haven't had the time. And I apologize. I didn't get to do that for you. I normally don't drop the ball like that. And I feel bad about it.
Yeah, signal's getting pretty bad. So thank you. I actually do something that's not completely unfamiliar to me what we just did. If this was a Peterbilt or a Kenworth or something, I kind of do a few things that are similar because I have to deal with codes and stuff like that on them all the time. And they keep adding new systems, and I hate all the emission stuff that they put on them. But it's just something and you're awesome. Thank you so much.
You're awesome.
I don't think our signal is going to get any better. So I'm going to go ahead and end the chat here.
Okay.
So thank you so much. And hopefully next time you hop on, I'll figure it out with my signal.
Yeah. Yep. Probably you're too far from your Wi-Fi router.
I might be too far from my Wi-Fi. I might. But That is an option. I can shut it down and go in and turn it back on, but I've got to move around all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going to go ahead and end it. So,
okay.
Thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. You have
Anytime.
my number now. You have my...
Mine too. You got my
basically
contact.
got every way there is to contact me.
Yep.
So.
Okay, young
Awesome.
lady.
Awesome.
You have a great
Thank you
evening.
so much.
You too. Good night.
All right. Edward Espinoza, thank you, but I'm ending the chat. I'll catch you later. All right. Bye-bye. I'm going to hit this little red button up here. It says, do you really want to end the stream? Yes, I do. And thank you, everyone, for watching.